You probably already know that Downtown Summit is a great place to come shop and eat. We have a huge collection of retail stores and restaurants that are just waiting for you to visit. Now today I'm going to introduce you to two of our newest members of the community here. One of them is Silas Starr, who has a Darling Toy Store toy division. But first we're going to go around the corner to Maple Street and meet Ellen Gunther at Loblolly Curated. So come along, let's go meet them. Here we are with Ellen Gunther in Loblolly Curated. Now I have to start off by asking you about that name because I get asked about it all the time. I'm sure you do too. Where did it come from?
I do.
And why did you think it was a good idea for a store name?
Oh, okay. So, well, hello and welcome to Loblolly.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
Loblolly actually is the name of my in-laws' home down in the Caribbean, down in Antigua.
How nice.
And it's our family happy place. And I thought, what better way to, you know, jumpstart a second career than with something that brings joy to me and to my family. So it's Loblolly.
It's great. I like that story to go with it. Now, you said it was your happy place.
Yes.
So what did you do before this in your other life?
Well, going way back, I was in the buying offices at Macy's in the fine jewelry division. And then I stopped and I had children. And a couple years into being a stay-at-home mom, I thought, gosh, I really miss retail. So then I opened up a store down in Stone Harbor, and it was just a seasonal store. I had that for several years, and that was called Magnolia. Okay. So I have a tree theme going on.
Yes, you do.
But then Magnolia was taken by some pretty successful people down in Texas.
True, very true.
So then I lost that name. So that's another reason why I have Loblolly. Then I got pregnant with my third child, 12 years after having 1 and 2. And so then I was a stay-at-home mom again. And last year, I would say actually around COVID, I was really starting to think about just doing something a little bit different. And this space became available, and here I am. You know, I'm just so grateful to have the opportunity to do this again.
Yeah. Well, you certainly must have it in your blood because retail, for a while there, everybody was shying away from.
Right.
And you know the story during COVID. I mean, it was just desperate. But we're so thrilled that you've got this beautiful retail store in Downtown Summit because we lost a lot of retail, not just from COVID, but just from retail period and the takeover of shopping online. And you know, when I walked in here, this is a perfect example of seeing in 3D in color the sound, the scents, the merchandising of your product that you can't help but want to buy compared to looking at a flat screen online. So, you know, I feel in my business, I'm sure you feel it too, that retail is really coming back in its own. It really is going to happen again, and small shops and small towns are where it's at.
Good. Main Street, you know, Main Street, downtown USA. Without it, you know, we enhance communities.
Absolutely.
And it's just really wonderful if the local town folk can come out and support any business in town.
Sure.
Yeah.
So tell me in your whole mix of things, because you have everything going on in here, jewelry, home decor, wonderful pillows, furniture. Tell me, what was the idea between putting it all together? Did you just go out and say, I'm just going to buy a bunch of stuff because I love all this? Was that your motivation?
Yeah, I do kind of joke that I have a small department store here.
You do. You know, that came to my mind when I thought about it.
Yeah, and so that's a good question. I'm not sure that was intentional, but in order to have a really good assortment, I go to every show out there, and I just walk up and down the hallways as you've done, you know, for years. And I just started kind of buying what spoke to me, what I liked, and whatever that assortment was. And I think that we've curated a pretty good assortment in that we're bringing in the best of what I think to be in each category. And I can't help but carry jewelry just because that's my retail background.
Yes, sure.
You know, I have art from local artists now that's really enhanced the store. I have antiques. I just have really fun, colorful, like uplifting things, you know.
So this is really, when you look at the store, we're really looking at you. And I think that makes successful stores. I always say to people when they say, oh, I love everything you have, I say, well, if you like what I like, you got a place to shop. If you don't, sorry, but this is where we are. And I'm sure you will stay true to your direction here because it's beautiful. It's really, really nice. How do you like doing business in Summit?
Oh, I think it's wonderful. So my husband and I started out when we were first married. We lived in Summit years ago.
Oh, did you really?
We did. And when it was time to have a family, we moved west on the train line. But I'm so happy to be back in Summit. My daughter's at school in Summit.
Oh, perfect.
And she's in the 9th grade, so I'm going to be driving to Summit for
There
the
you
next
go.
couple of years. So why
There you
not
go.
have a beautiful store in town?
Absolutely, absolutely. Have you had an opportunity to get involved in any local activities in the downtown, or just getting the store set up was your main focus so far?
I think just getting the store set up has been so incredibly time consuming. When I started, it was the end of September, so I
You had to scramble
it was
to get it put together.
Trial by trial for sure.
Yeah.
And it was fun and it was really exciting. And then January hit, and we all know how retail is in January. But a lot of trade shows happen in January.
Yes.
You know, it's just been constant. So I am joining the Elks Club. I don't know.
Oh, yes, that's a good move. Yeah, you'll meet a lot of people there. That's a good thing to do.
And I've become very close with a lot of the local merchants just right here on Maple Street. And everyone's been so kind and so supportive.
Yeah, it's a great community, really. When I came into town years ago, I had a whole group of people who stepped up and took me under their wing, and it was great. It was great because they taught me how to do business in Summit, and there is a knack to it. But you already know the town because you lived here, so that makes it a little easier for you. So tell me a little about your jewelry in particular, because you mentioned you bought jewelry for Macy's, fine jewelry. So how did you choose what you wanted here?
Really just shopping the shows and what spoke to me. So we brought in a vendor from the UK, and she does beautiful gold and mother of pearl pieces. And then I also have some pieces from a Dubai artist, and we're the only store in North America to carry it.
Wow. And how did you do that?
I was traveling in Dubai, and my brother-in-law is an artist in Dubai, and there's it's not a co-op, but it's in downtown Dubai, in the old part of Dubai. And so he has a studio, and so this jewelry maker had a studio right next to him, and her pieces are just
And you
gorgeous.
made the connection.
Oh, yeah.
See, that's unusual that you're able to do that. You're traveling, you see something, you know it's going to be a fit. That's what makes our store so special in this town, because we're not run-of-the-mill. We step a little outside of the box to find interesting vendors and stuff.
Truthfully, I wasn't really even all that concerned about it being a fit. I feel like, just supporting one another too.
Yes.
I was really happy and honored to carry her beautiful jewelry in my store.
Yeah.
And I feel that way about the local artists that I'm highlighting here as well.
And you get a good response?
Absolutely.
Yeah, good.
Absolutely.
Good.
It's nothing that you'll find in Amazon, and
That's true. That's true. There's another reason to shop downtown Summit. Okay, so why don't you give us a little run through, because you have so many different beautiful things here. Maybe you can just highlight a couple of items or departments or whatever you call them that people would be interested in knowing that you carry.
Of course. I feel like I'm becoming kind of the go-to store in downtown Summit for gifts. I have, your beautiful candles and room diffusers and table linens. I have wonderful serving trays, which are a great gift for engagement or bridal shower gifts.
New home?
new home. I have terra firma ceramic pottery handmade in Brooklyn. I have knives from France. I have beautiful pillows. Yeah, so
you really cover the gambit. You have a lot going on, and all different price ranges, I'm gathering.
Very price sensitive.
Good.
Yeah.
So in here, get the gift. Will you wrap it for me?
I do, and I even have boxes now.
Good. That always helps. Because you don't get that when you're online.
It's true.
So you get it wrapped, you get waited on by somebody who knows what's in the shop, and you just get to enjoy this beautiful atmosphere.
Yeah, it's a very sensory store. Every day, daily, people walk in and say, "Oh, it's so pretty in here. It smells so nice in here. There's good music playing. I just want everyone to feel welcome and like they're part of the family when they walk in."
Well, I think you've got the whole vibe going on here. I think you could put it all together, Ellen, for sure. And I know you're on Instagram. What's your Instagram address?
It's Loblolly_home and gift.
And you're here on Maple Street. Your address again?
42 Maple Street.
And your phone number?
973-679-0110.
And you're open 7 days a week still?
We are open 7 days a week.
Good for you.
Might change come summertime.
Yeah. And what are your hours?
My hours are 10:30 to 5:30.
Perfect.
Yes.
Well, Ellen, thank you so much. It's been a delight to talk with you and introduce you to our viewers. And I hope they all stop in and see you, because even if they just come in and walk around, it really is a beautiful, beautiful space filled with beautiful things. Thank you so much.
Oh, it was my pleasure. Thank you.
You're very welcome. Well, as promised, here I am at Toy Division, and I want you to meet Silas Starr, the wonderful owner of this beautiful, bright, fun downtown toy store. Now, we haven't had a toy store in town. Well, we have, but not anything that looked like this. And I was just saying, we went from this type of look years ago to the big box stores, the Toys R Us and everything. And thank goodness this is coming back, because you not only have this store, but you have one in Maplewood also, right?
That's correct, yeah.
Now, what made you decide to open here also?
Well, I saw that Toy Professor closed. I happened to be in town about 2 days after he put up his sign.
Oh, really?
And I was kind of looking for an out of my previous profession in TV and film, and we just thought it'd be a great place to be. This is another town in northern New Jersey, suburb of New York, that has a lot of kids in it. So we thought it'd be a great place to be.
Yeah, and you're in a great spot right here on Union Place.
I think so.
A lot of traffic. You've got the train station right across from you. And I have to tell you, I always start to giggle because mamas are in the store and little guy is acting up, and she's saying, "If you aren't good, I'm not taking you around the corner to the toy store." So, you're getting business coming around the corner here.
We do get a business. We get a lot of rewards.
Yeah.
There's a speech therapy place upstairs,
There
and
you
we
go.
get a lot of rewards for that.
Good,
and
yeah.
the former mayor used to bring her grandkids. They would actually request
Lord,
to
yes.
go to the office because they knew it was right next to the toy store. So.
Aren't they smart,
They were
these
smart
kids?
kids,
I'll
yeah.
tell you. So what made you think toys to even begin with?
Well, my daughter was born about 12 years ago. My wife started a toy company when I was making dolls, rag dolls. She did out of recycled cashmere.
Oh, nice.
Sold them all over the world. Really great shops in New York, San Francisco, Paris. So we kind of learned the toy business through osmosis of checking out those places and saying, wow, there's some really amazing stuff out there. So that's kind of how we learned. And then we moved to Maplewood 9 years ago. We just thought there was a really need for that kind of store. So that's how we ended up in it.
That's interesting. That they're interesting in Maplewood, and I know I'm supposed to be talking about Summit, but they also have a great bookstore there,
Yeah,
which
we're-
is what I would really love to hear. But we haven't been able to get that off the ground.
Originally we wanted to have a store about twice the size of this one, and half of it was going to be a children's bookstore. But it didn't work out. This is what was available at the time, so we decided to
Yeah,
just go
but
with
you
it.
do have books. I mean, you have
We
some great books.
really great
Yeah.
books. We wanted
I'm just
about,
looking at.
maybe 5 times as much. So.
So tell me what you have here. Tell me what your focus is. What people could expect when they come through the door.
Well, as my wife said this morning, we inspire imagination without batteries for the most part.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
So lot of wood toys. Now, we're not absolutists about anything. You will find some plastic stuff. We try to do like high grade plastics, but for the most part, it's wood toys. No screens.
Love it.
Like I said, no batteries, no noisemakers outside of like instruments, which are right behind you. But we just try to like inspire imagination. Free play, we really love. Just find stuff that you can't find everywhere else, I guess.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. It's true, because you go into the Toys R Us or the big box stores, and you were just looking at acres of toys, and none of it highlighted like this is. The colors. I mean, we were just talking, you like the white walls, so the product speaks for itself. And when you come through the door, you're just, your eye is open. You're almost overwhelmed with the color and the graphics.
Well, we're fortunate that we work with some really great companies, you know, that have amazing packaging, gorgeous products. So we let those kind of shine.
Yeah. And what are some of your product manufacturers you work with?
Oh, they're usually kind of small. They're not huge companies. Maybe like this one here, Jekko is a bigger company in France. They're making their mark in the States now.
Oh, okay.
But this company here, for example, this is a car company based out of Brooklyn. He started off as an architect, decided at one point he wanted to make cars. And he makes these little wood kind of cars, and they're really kind of cute and kind of retro. But
So you have things from other countries also. It's not just...
we have a lot of European.
Oh, great. Okay.
That being said, we're not beholden just to European
No.
brands, but we just happen to like
You
it.
like the design, the packaging, whatever.
Exactly.
So what did you do before?
I was an art director in TV and film, so I did motion graphics and animation.
Well, that must have helped you in this also.
What's
Gives
that?
you an eye in this business.
Well, I get to design things for the store. I make little videos sometimes, and you know.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
That's a good idea. Well, we'll give you a video of this you can use too.
Great.
So what? So you have boys and girls pretty much here. I see science. I see crafts. What else?
So we have a lot of, I mean, like you were saying, this whole wall over here is kind of activity-based stuff, and that's more for older kids, like 4 to maybe 14. Now we have we kind of generally stick to below 10. That being said, we do have stuff for older kids. We have a lot of games, a lot of puzzles, books, cars. Play and pretend back over here, which is we think is really important for developing.
Oh
minds
yeah,
and such.
absolutely.
So it's really great for like 3 years old. Little boys love trucks. This company
Sure
here,
do.
Brooder. So
They sure
we
do.
only try to have a little of everything. Now we're not completely comprehensive, but because of space limitations, but we try to.
Yeah.
We try to have a little something for
Well,
everybody.
you have a nice selection
We try.
of quality things. So what else can you answer? I see you have some little dolls and some stuffed animals and things too. Your wife's still making her dolls?
No, I think originally
They sound
she had planned to, like,
wonderful.
make those in the back, but it's so much work.
It is,
and
sure.
there's just not enough time. Yeah, as you know, running
Yeah.
a store it's a full-time job.
It
so
is.
yeah,
And you picked Summit because you liked it.
it's a beautiful town.
Yeah.
and I think it's a great shopping area. It's a place people come to visit.
Yes, they sure do.
Yeah.
They sure do. And they're very faithful to their downtown too.
Yeah, I've seen that. We definitely have some clients that are regulars now already. Even we're about ready to celebrate our 1-year anniversary.
Already, I
Yeah,
can't believe
yeah.
it.
It flies by. Yeah.
It sure does. Okay, so you're located here on Union Place. What's your number here?
73.
73 Union Place in Summit. And you're on Instagram?
We are on Instagram and Facebook. Yes.
Okay, and what are your...
Oh, it's toydivisionsshop.com or on Instagram or Facebook, Toy Division Shop.
Okay. And you do have a nice website. I've been on your website.
thank you, yeah.
And you can order on your website also?
You can order for pickup.
Oh.
And if you want it wrapped, you're in a hurry, we do free wrapping, complimentary, and you just make a note at the end and we'll wrap it up for you and just come and pick it up.
That's great. That's perfect because I could just zip right up here and get it without
We
a
try to
big
make it-
hassle.
We try to make it easy for people, and people love the wrapping. It's kind of our little thing to get people to come back, and people seem to love it. So
And you wrap for free, I'm guessing.
we do.
So there's another thing that you don't get on Amazon.
You do not. No, you get a big blue bag from them.
That's right.
that
That's right.
have
You
to
don't
pay
even get
for.
a box.
That you have to pay for.
That's right.
Yes.
You don't even get a box.
Yes.
So this is the place to come. Well, Silas, thank you so much for having us in this morning. It's been a delight. I wish you all the luck in the world. It's a beautiful place, and I'm hoping that a lot of people stop by and introduce themselves.
Thank you so much for coming.
You bet, you bet. So now you've met 2 new members of our downtown community, and we hope you'll take the time to stop by and meet them. And I wanted to let you know that we have some new stores opening in the near future. Trend, a boutique clothing store and home decor on Springfield Avenue. And over in the old Liz Pharmacy building is going to be a Kohler Superstore, which will be opening soon. I don't know when, but keep your eyes open. It really looks fabulous. So I'm so happy you could join me today, and I look forward to being able to introduce you to some more new merchants in our town in the very near future. Thanks for watching.